All right.
One of us is going to tell our audience, that's the camera, I believe, the one on the right.
Okay.
One of us is going to tell our audience about the first song we ever wrote and sang.
Well, you're going to read your poetry.
No, I'm going to tell that story. That's one of the poems in this book.
And I don't have a song to play, so I'm not going to do the little...
But you can tell us when you...
Nah, not today.
Okay.
No, I'll bring my guitar next time if you want me to.
Okay.
We can do that.
We've done that, I think.
I think we did that once.
Yes.
I'll be happy to do it.
Great.
But today is my shitting all over your poetry.
No,
No,
couldn't.
I'm so sorry. I'm here to critique your poetry.
I am trying to get Roger my great contribution to the well-being of humanity. Anytime he wants to say a negative word, like shitting over your poetry, he can just say I get the same feeling by saying...
Mike wants to live in a world of euphemisms and happy horseshit.
No.
He wants like Pollyanna language that we all can just sit around and hear.
You communicate the same thing when you excessively... Hyperbole. You know what hyperbole?
Yes,
you know what hyperbole
yes,
is?
I know what hyperbolic is. Would Lenny Bruce have been as funny if he didn't use the language that he uses?
Was that funny? Shitting over your poetry? That was so boring.
No, I didn't say that word. What I said was funny. I'm saying would Lenny Bruce have been as funny, and if he had decided to use your strategy for English and for language and for conveying ideas, if he had used fluffy language, rated G.
I'm asking you for hyperbolic language. Instead of, if you said I'm here to praise your poetry, that would be also not so very interesting.
No, that was your concept. Do you want me to interrupt?
No.
Let's get to a poem. This is a concept. People are waiting. Michael's going to read a poem. I am going to critique. And I only said shitting on your poems because I thought it would be funny to say it that way. Whatever. You just stop being so sensitive. You artists, you poets are the most loathsome people on the face of the earth. Good Lord. Just get to the poem. All right, I'm dying to know what insight you have with your prose. Let's go. What do you got? Verse to Better by Michael Koran. This is how much is these going for? Let's hawk your book.
$20. We're not allowed to advertise on television.
Michael, you can sell your poetry book. No one's gonna.
No, we don't. I give them away. If I see you, I give this away to you as a gift.
You've given me one. Yes. You're very, very kind.
Okay.
All right. So, all sincerity and as serious as we can make this.
This is no. We don't have to be serious.
Okay. Well, obviously, I'm not winning you over with my comic, my little.
They weren't funny.
If they were funny, what? I don't need you to tell me what's funny. I need you to read your poem, and I'll tell you if it's funny or not.
I'm not reading a poem. I'm telling you a story.
All right. Let's hear the story.
About how I wrote my first song, and then I might sing it if I ever get to it. So. A friend of mine was visiting. He was a professor emeritus. He was remarried, had 2 children, a big home in Kansas. And we were roommates at the University of Chicago. And when he came with his wife and all his titles and I was feeling very insecure. And I even was shaking, just feeling insecure. And I go to visit my friend Brucey, his name is Dr. Tune-Up, his business name. And he'll come to your house, if you had a car, to fix it. He's called Dr. Tune-Up.
Oh, nice.
So Dr. Tune-Up is not like me. He's more like you, actually. When Dr. Tune-Up gets angry, he's really a man of the people. Because he fixes cars. He's a real man, not like a poet. And so Dr. Tune-Up, when I got to know him, asked me to come over and hang out with him. And go on trips to Block Island. That's where he is now. And I told him, I'm a writer, Brucey, and I don't really have time just for hanging out. I can see you sometime, maybe in the evening. And he screamed at me.
Well, you just cold dissed him. But go ahead, he screamed at you.
Yes, he said, what kind of, and I can't, my voice won't do it now, but louder even than you could ever scream. And what kind of friend is that? That is no answer. And it felt like you couldn't do this. I would wish you could. It was a kick by a mule.
A mule.
Yes,
in the solar plex.
Yes, right. Okay. It was.
He knocked the wind out of you.
Yes, so it really hurt, but I said, I'm sorry, I can't.
You said, I'm too busy writing, I can't go.
Yeah,
it's very nice of you.
Yes, I write
What
every
a
day.
highfalutin way to tell a guy to go screw.
Yes, well,
no thanks, pal.
Yes.
I'm writing. That was very rude.
So so Brucey speaks like you. He speaks his
I
mind.
don't
You like
scream at
him.
people.
You would like him.
I wouldn't like a guy who goes completely overboard with his reactions. Sound a little irrational.
Yes, he defines him and his mother as angerholics or rageaholics.
Well, it's one of the-
rageaholics they call these.
Yeah, that's nothing to be proud
And
of.
his mother used to, like Ralph crammed Jackie Gleason on
To the moon, where he threatened
and the mother would
domestic violence.
And his mother would always laugh at his father.
That's funny how domestic violence was a point of like comedy back in the day.
Because he didn't ever hit her.
Well, he was threatening to.
Yes, but he never did.
Yeah, that's real funny.
It was funny. It wasn't. You don't have the energy for it. Pow, Alex, to the moon. That's it, right? Okay.
So this is the poem about.
No, so
okay.
After my friend visits me from my PhD friend, and I'm shaky, and I go see Brucey, and I tell him I was really comparing myself to him and feeling very bad about myself. And Brucey, who always speaks the truth, like you, said to me, "Mikey, how bad can you be if I love you?" And I said, "Brucey, that sounds like a song." And he says, "You go write it." And so I come to him the next day, because when he says, how bad can I be if I love you, that's from this guy who can kick you in the... Mm-hmm. And so it really is true, not like, my nice words, like, "Roger, you're great, and everybody loves you." This is like real man talking. And so I come to him the following, in a few days, and I say, "Brucey, I've written the song, and here it is." And as soon as I sing it to him, I feel proud of myself instead of feeling, insecure. And so this is the song.
Okay, hit me with it.
Yes.
Is this like American Idol? Do I gong you?
Yes.
It's like gong. Oh,
Yes.
go ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Koran, who now will sing. If you've ever called his phone, you can always get a song. But go ahead. Go ahead, Mikey. Let's hear it.
Okay. How bad can I be if you love me? How bad can I be if you care? How bad can I be if you love me? And I feel like I'm walking on air. I lost all my friends and my family. I lost all my money and home. But how bad can I be if you love me? Even if I'm all alone. How bad can you be if I love you?
I got nothing to do with this.
How bad can you be if I care? How bad can you be if I love you? And it feels like we're walking on air.
That was the gayest thing I've ever heard. I'm sorry.
That's what Brucey says about some of my poetry.
He says it's gay.
No, my next book.
I don't mean that to be disparaging towards gay people.
Yes.
Just to,
It's a compliment.
It's not a compliment.
It's not.
But whatever. It's an antiquated way of describing something.
Now, why?
No, that's okay. Let me ask you this. Why are you such a wuss about your friend being more successful and you're all shaky and you're all like, "But I don't measure up." It's like so like, you know what? You needed a kick in the ass. Like you needed
From Brucey.
No, Brucey didn't give you a kick in the ass. He just made it up like somehow his love validates you, which sounds a little bit, over. Both you and he have certain issues you probably need to work out. But the whole thing is like, Michael, you can't compare yourself to everyone else. That's like you. I mean, you can, and you will always find reasons you fall short.
No, but after I wrote this poem, I felt much better about my relationships with people. I was.
It cured you. How long ago was that?
About.
How old were you? More importantly.
About 66.
You were 66 and you're still having these like.
Yeah, that's what he said to me.
You had some man crushing a guy and you're like, "I don't do it." And you're like, "Oh, God, what is wrong with you?" Where is the rage that you need? Where is your inner rage? Because you know what, Michael?
Yes.
You're defective. You don't have rage. You don't get angry. It turns into some other thing.
I have poems like another song.
Like, have you thought of murdering someone? I mean, literally, like strangling them, watching their eyes pop.
Actually, that would be an improvement.
Have you ever been in a fist fight?
Oh, sure.
Have you not? Really?
As a kid? Are you kidding?
Okay. Have you ever almost been in one, and as a grown-up and adult? Because I think it's dangerous for people. Like, it's terrible. We all know how bad it is. Sexual repression is so horrible. Look what happens to these priests. They become these like freaky pedophiles. Okay.
Not anymore.
Oh no, there's no priests diddling kids anymore.
They're cleaning
Oh, I'm sure they're all cured of it. But for the sake of whatever, but you don't give any voice to your anger.
That's not true at all.
Well, I don't ever hear it.
I have one poem that goes, I hate everybody I do. I hate everybody I do.
I know this one.
I hate everybody I do, especially you.
But you say, okay, I got that. I'm going to stop you there. You make it cute and like some infantile. That's not how you say hate every. That doesn't sound. It sounds like you're happy. It's like, oh, he's just.
No, but if you're sensitive and can read in between the lines.
Have you heard that John Lennon song? I don't believe in Elvis. You know, has that song? That's a really angry song.
Oh, yes.
Working Class Hero is a really angry song.
And you've written angry songs, yes?
Well, I'm not a very good songwriter, truth be told. But what's important, Michael, is that you need to I think you want a whole world where people are free of anger, and then this is like.
No, that's not true.
I don't.
have these stereotypes. I think you should
maybe
clean these stereotypes out of you.
I think you're a little fluffy when it comes to. I think we need to work on you need more of an edge. You need to be balanced. You don't need to be some raging crazy person who's like, punching people, getting in fights, kicking the dog upside down.
I used to be so angry I wanted to nuke the whole world.
So maybe this is what it is. This is what happens when you've suppressed your anger. You've like imploded emotionally.
Yes.
You're an emotional implosion. And now all that's left is this shell of a man who's trying to find goodness in all these things. And he writes poetry, and he goes to jails to educate women in jail.
Yes.
And he's doing all these things, but somehow you checked out. And you know what I mean? And we need to get you back. But you need to first of all, you need to when you hear about things like, I don't know, Saddam Hussein hanging from his neck, you need to go, yes. When you hear about Muammar Gaddafi getting stabbed in the ass with a knife by a marauding crowd of angry Libyans, you need to go, that's good. That's karma.
Did you feel that?
Oh my God!
You did?
Yes, I did. And no, you gotta celebrate when bad things happen to bad people.
Yes.
You can't be like, I don't even want bad things to happen to bad people because it's imbalanced. You gotta there's gotta be you know what, vengeance, that satisfaction of revenge.
Yes.
You gotta indulge in that once in a while. It's like not eating any carbs. It's not good for your body. It's like you gotta have some carbs. Some people don't eat any carbs because they don't want to gain weight, but you gotta have some. It's unhealthy not to have.
Who's the last person you do you know anyone in your personal life you like to get revenge?
Yes. The last guy who fired me from my job in Los Angeles.
Yes.
Because I waited on a person who is a bad customer and wrote a letter. They were getting mad that but it's just some bullshit. I got fired for some really dumb shit.
You wrote a letter to
No, and she wrote a letter to get me fired, and the guy fired me.
Oh.
And my revenge is to take a blowtorch and blowtorch his face like a creme brulee. And then if it catches fire, I put it out with a hammer. That's my revenge on that guy.
Wow.
I hate that guy because I ended up that was when I got lost, and it was a waiting job, and those are the worst jobs to have.
Yes.
And people treat you like crap. But when I lost that job, that was when I was like, okay, so now it's homeless in Los Angeles, and I had to come back to Boston. That's why I'm here.
Yes.
Well,
I'm so glad it happened.
Well, things all worked out in the end. But if that guy. If that guy's pants is on fire and I just drank a big Slurpee and have to piss really bad, I am not spending one drop of urine on putting his fire out. I'm letting him burn alive.
This is brilliant poetry.
This is what happens because you can't There's people that need.
I'm into killing with kindness.
That's like suppressed rage. And,
Yes,
and Michael,
that's
who's to say you don't have a bunch of dead girls in your apartment, in your condo? Like, you just, how do I know there's not an? I've
There
never
is a
been in your.
woman there now.
Is there an acid bathtub like that? You're just dipping bodies and getting rid of them? Because this is what happens to people who try to go through life.
I'm still here. I'm 70,
trying to like suppress their
I'm
anger.
73 and very happy.
Listen, I'm afraid something's gonna break like an aneurysm. You gotta give, when you get angry, you have to give it, it has to go through your body, through your mind, you have to give it its due. You don't want to be
Yes.
enslaved by your rage. Nobody wants to be, but you gotta be like, look, some things have to piss you off, and you gotta go, look, that's bullshit. You have to be that person once
Thank
in a
you.
while.
This is a great gift to all of us.
There's a balance.
Yes, but now you didn't take my suggestion.
Which is what?
When you said I'm now going to shit on your poetry.
I didn't shit on it. Did I?
No.
I'm giving you whatever. What do I know? I'm
You're
42.
wonderful.
You're 73. Who's this punk telling you what to do?
No,
how to live?
People love you. We had a phone
People
call.
do not. People also despise me, and they should. I'm not such a great guy.
You could see how happy Susan was.
Susan was very happy.
Very happy.
That's
to
really
see you.
funny too, because we've had our ups and downs. But no, yeah, Susan's great. So,
People love how genuine you are.
well, I appreciate that you get it. Not everyone gets me, but whatever. I don't care. It's all right. But so, Michael, give me another poem. Read me a happy poem.
A happy poem?
Give me one. Hit me, baby.
Let me see. What's it?
Give me like a 2-minute poem or a minute, like a page poem. Something short and sweet.
Oh, you don't look like I started.
All right, where did you turn it to?
Oh, no,
Oh, we got a call. Hold on.
Yes.
You're on
Thank
the
God. Yes.
you're on CCTV with Michael Koran, and don't you think he's got an anger problem? Hello?
Is that you again? I was wondering what
Oh, it's
happened to
Barbara.
you. I
Hey,
missed
Barbara.
your handsome face.
Well, we're trying to help Michael learn how to be more angry, and that's what's going on here. He needs to get angry.
Yeah, but where have you been?
I live in Somerville now, and I'm very sorry, but I live in Davis Square. Which camera am I supposed to look at, the left or the right?
Right.
I live in Davis Square, which is far more. It's a lot better than Central. Central's kind of seedy and run down, and but I live in Davis Square. They're civilized up there.
And you're making a good living now.
I'm doing
Really?
fine.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm very grateful. I'm happy.
And you like
Barbara, and by the way, Barbara, I'm happy. And,
I missed your handsome
Barbara,
face.
I'm very happy, and my life is going very well. And I give zero credit to Jesus Christ for that. Just wanted you to know. Jesus isn't glomming on any of the credit for this. This is all me.
Oh,
I did it.
You give zero to what?
Jesus did nothing to help me. Okay, he did nothing. Zero. I did it. It's all me. Jesus gets
Of course
not.
he is. You're alive.
Yes, and no thanks to Christ or any of his whatever angels, whomever, or his little followers. They haven't done anything for me. So just wanted you to know.
Barbara,
Come on. If I had you right now, I'd give you a big hug.
Wow, that's what, yes.
I wanted so bad to have you on my show when I had a show, Barbara. I've never made it work.
And a big kiss.
Wow.
Listen, Barbara, I love you. You're a good person. And at least I know you're real. Unlike Jesus, you actually exist. So you're a better version of Jesus than actually Jesus is. So, anyway.
Thank you so much for calling, Barbara. God be with us.
Yes, God be with you.
All right, I got to
I'll
hear Michael's
forgive you
poem. We got to help
anyway.
Michael.
And
We're
it's
trying to
nice
get Michael.
seeing you here.
Thank you, Barbara. We're trying to get Michael Koran. We got to get in touch with your rage, your anger.
Oh, do I have it?
This part of you that you deny. It's almost like if you were like a gay man, like trying to date like models. Like, come on, dude. You just gotta let it go. You gotta. Here, I'm gonna pick one.
Oh.
I'm gonna go. Who's that knocking at the door? Let's hear it.
This is the song also.
Well, don't sing.
Don't
Read
sing
it.
it?
Read the
Just read
poem.
it?
Yeah.
Who's that knocking at our door? There's a power that's a shower, healing wounds, soothing pain. There's a force that's a horse, carrying us on its mane. There's a love that's a glove, caressing all our pores, from a self that's an elf, opening all closed doors, with an urge that surges, exploding buried ore, flying us with the birds who were once dinosaurs.
That is some very heavy, dark shit, Michael. I don't even know what to say.
You
That
like
is
that? Exploding buried ore. Yes,
so much. Yeah, I can see where your rage is.
yes,
It's just,
good.
It's very angry.
Yes.
And there's a lot of sexual frustration in that.
I have a wonderful partner.
Yeah, but there's like suppression of rage. There's some sort of psychosexual kind of tension going on in this. You're like ready. You're that close to like that guy in Cleveland kidnapping women and stuffing them in the closet. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really worried about you. And I don't know if Cambridge Police is keeping an eye on certain people that are they're that close to being pushed over the edge. But I have studied a lot of abnormal psychology, and I kind of look into this a little bit. And I love Michael, and that's why I need to have this intervention. Probably some shock treatments, something, because he's ready. He's a time bomb, and he's ticking. And this is like, I just really am, I'm concerned.
I'm very touched.
Michael, we got to get some help for you. I don't know what to do. Are you on
There
any
is help.
Zoloft?
No, I don't do that.
Is there anything you're doing other than this like new agey kind of hippie crap that like, you know, completely does nothing but it just assuages your like inner demons? Like, oh, I'm meditating 15 hours a
I
day.
do 15 minutes a day.
No, that's good.
Or 10.
I'm wrong. But you know the Reiki thing, you get into that weird like crystals. Tennis is good.
Yes.
But this Reiki kind of like this new agey faith healing shit that people are into.
No, but I have a wonderful woman who's
Yeah, that's you got to stop hanging around with those people. They're all crazy.
Yes.
They're all gonna drive you over the edge.
She's a hospice nurse. She deals with people
Yeah,
dying,
and
people dying.
Yeah,
all the
she's
time.
like Reiki, and then to the next dimension. Is that what she's doing?
We only have 30 seconds. Roger, you're going to wrap it up now for us?
Michael Koran is a very sick man who needs our help and love, and I don't mind giving it to him because it's fine. Like, you know, we got it. He's worth keeping around.
Why?
We don't want him to cross that line.
Why is he worth keeping around?
Well, you're a good man. You're kind, but you gotta get angry once in a while. You gotta just you gotta go call, yell at a child or something. You know what I mean? Just something. Kick a dog. It doesn't have to be a puppy. Make it one that's barking at you. You gotta do something that's like something human. You gotta be angry.
3 seconds.
Stop trying